Jordan Keller didn't move to Willowcrest Estates for luxury. He came for silence, for a life where mornings didn't begin with sirens and nights didn't end with paperwork under fluorescent lights. After 12 years as an emergency paramedic in Atlanta, he'd seen too many families lose someone they thought would live forever, including his own. His older sister Maya died in a ferry collision off the Georgia coast 3 months ago, and the only thing that survived the wreck was her cobalt blue Lexus LC 500, the car she polished every Saturday, the car she made him promise never to sell, never to neglect, never to let anyone disrespect. "Keep it shining, baby brother," she had said the night before her vacation. He kept that promise like oxygen. So when Jordan rolled through the iron gates of Willowcrest Estates, quiet lawns, manicured hedges, porch lights shaped like lanterns, he brought nothing except 2 duffel bags, a laptop, and Maya's Lexus. The blue paint glowed like bottled ocean. It didn't take long for the neighborhood to notice. Curtains shifted. Someone whispered, "That car must cost more than my mortgage." Another resident tapped her husband, eyes wide. "Is that a celebrity?" But one pair of eyes narrowed instead of widened. Madeline Groves, HOA president, self-appointed queen, curly blonde hair arranged like a magazine cover, and her trademark bright pink blazer even in summer heat, stared at the Lexus like it had insulted her. She stood beside her town council husband's Audi, jaw tight, clipboard clamped to her chest. Madeline wasn't just Willowcrest's HOA president. She was Willowcrest. She ran the community like a stage production, and everyone else played extras. And a newcomer with a car that outshone hers? A black newcomer? Unacceptable. Her teenage nephew Tanner lingered beside her. He adored cars, but not enough to hide jealousy. His own ride, a silver Dodge Charger with exhaust tips louder than its engine, suddenly looked like a toy parked beside Jordan's Lexus. Jordan parked in his assigned driveway, nodded politely to Madeline and Tanner. Madeline didn't nod back. Days passed peacefully. For Jordan, that meant coffee on the porch, checking in with his mother, polishing the Lexus until it gleamed like Maya's smile. He still heard her voice sometimes, in the hum of the engine, in the shine of the hood. But peace never lasts in neighborhoods run by tyrants. The incident began on a Tuesday morning. Tanner, rushing late for school, hopped into his Charger, reversed too fast, and clipped his little sister Ellie, a small, bright-eyed 9-year-old carrying her backpack. The impact knocked her to the pavement. She screamed as her knee twisted sharply. Tanner panicked. He jumped out, grabbed her shaking shoulders. "Oh my God, Ellie, can you move? Please don't cry, I'm so sorry." Her knee ballooned instantly. One wrong move and she gasped in pain. Tanner's heartbeat roared in his ears, not because of Ellie, but because of Madeline. She didn't tolerate mistakes. She weaponized them. And a mistake involving her daughter? No one was ready for that hurricane. Tanner scooped Ellie up, drove her to the hospital, and sat through the longest 45 minutes of his life. Sprained knee, minor bruising, no long-term damage. He should have been relieved. Instead, his phone lit up when his mother set the new high score. "Madeline, Mom, where are you? Why did the school call me? Where is Ellie?" He answered, voice cracking. "We're at the hospital." "What happened?" Tanner froze. Fear made the lie spill out on its own. A car hit her and drove off. I think it was the blue one." Silence. Then a hiss of pure venom. "There is only one blue car in this entire neighborhood." Too late. Madeline stormed out of the HOA clubhouse mid-meeting, pink blazer flaring behind her like a warning flag. She didn't ask neighbors what happened. She didn't check footage. She didn't even call her son again. She marched toward Jordan's driveway, shouting loud enough to shake windows. "You hit my daughter and ran! I saw you!" Jordan wasn't even outside. But the Lexus was. Still, quiet, and perfect. Untouched. Madeline didn't care. Rage plus entitlement is a dangerous cocktail. She climbed onto the hood, both feet slamming down, heels grinding into the paint Maya once buffed with pride. The metal buckled with each stomp. "You think you can speed around my neighborhood and hurt my child?" Stomp. You think that fancy car makes you untouchable? Stomp. This is my community. Inside the house, Jordan heard the metallic crack, a sound that didn't belong in any peaceful morning, a sound that froze his blood in his veins. He sprinted outside and froze. Madeline Groves, HOA president, pink blazer, curly blonde hair bouncing with each stomp, was destroying his sister's car with both feet. The last thing he had left of her. Get off that car! His voice hit the street like thunder. Madeline stopped, turned, pointed at him with absolute certainty. You hit my daughter and fled the scene, and now you're going to pay. Jordan stepped forward, breath tight. That car has not moved today. She smirked. Oh, your lies won't save you. Tanner saw everything. She stepped off the ruined hood like she had just delivered justice. The Lexus's metal was warped, like Maya's memory crushed under her heels. Jordan reached into his jacket. Stop! Madeline froze. He held up his badge. Paramedic Supervisor Jordan Keller, Fulton County EMS. And you just committed felony vandalism based on a lie. Her mouth fell open. You're a first responder? And you're not leaving, Jordan said, dialing his phone. Emergency services are already on the way. Her face drained white, because for the first time, she doubted her own story.
Sirens didn't belong in Willowcrest Estates. The streets were for joggers, dog walkers, and HOA newsletters, not patrol cars rolling slowly past hydrangeas and mailbox flags. But this morning, 2 cruisers eased through the neighborhood, lights flashing in quiet blue pulses. Neighbors stepped out onto driveways, whispering, phones half raised. Because in the center of the street stood Madeline Groves, HOA president, pink blazer, curly blonde hair, and the crushed hood of a cobalt blue Lexus that did not belong to her. Jordan stood beside his sister's damaged car, jaw clenched so tight it hurt. He wasn't angry, not yet. Anger was too easy. He felt something colder, disappointment so sharp it carved into his chest. Maya trusted him with that car, and now it lay dented under the shoes of a woman who didn't even check the truth. Officer Rivera stepped out of the first cruiser, young, sharp, attentive. Officer Daniels followed, older, quiet, the type who'd seen enough to read a situation instantly. Rivera approached first. Sir, you're the reporting party? Jordan nodded. Yes, Jordan Keller. Tell me what happened. Before he even finished the question, Madeline shoved forward, voice already cracking with outrage. He hit my daughter with that car and ran home like a coward. I caught him red-handed. Jordan didn't flinch. He just tapped the hood. This car hasn't moved today. Rivera's brows pulled together. Ma'am, we'll take statements one at a time. Madeline snapped her fingers. No, you listen to me first. I run this neighborhood. I saw him speeding yesterday. I saw him driving dangerously. And today, Tanner saw him hit my daughter with this car and flee. Kids from 3 houses down froze mid-bike ride. Daniels turned, calm but firm. Where's your witness? He'll be here, she spat. He better be, Daniels said. Jordan didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. He pulled out his phone. Officers, here's the porch cam feed. It records continuously. Rivera stepped closer. The screen lit up. Timestamp, 6:12 a.m. Lexus parked. 6:45 a.m. Lexus parked. 7:20 a.m. Lexus parked. Daniels peered over Rivera's shoulder. It hasn't moved. And if you need a different angle, the neighbor across the street has a driveway cam facing this way. Right on cue, Mrs. Davidson, elderly, soft voice, sharp eyes, stepped forward with her tablet in hand. I watched the whole thing, she said. My window faces the intersection. The Lexus never moved. That boy's Dodge Charger is the one that hit little Ellie. Madeline spun. You're wrong! You didn't see anything! My vision is better than your attitude, Mrs. Davidson said, lifting the tablet. A few neighbors chuckled under their breath. Rivera pressed play. The footage was unmistakable. Tanner reversing too fast, Ellie stepping behind the Charger, the impact, Tanner grabbing her in panic, rushing her into the car, and driving off. A clean, undeniable recording. Madeline's mouth opened, but nothing came out. Not denial, not apology. Just the beginning of her downfall. A second cruiser rolled up. Tanner stepped out, escorted by Officer Morgan. His face was pale, shame weighing down his shoulders. Madeline rushed to him. "Tanner! Tell them he hit Ellie with that blue!" "Mom," he whispered, his voice cracked. "It wasn't him!" Madeline froze. "What?" "I hit her," he said, tears breaking loose. "It was my fault, not his. I didn't look when I reversed. I panicked. I lied because I was scared of how you'd react." Silence swept across the street like a gust of wind. Neighbors stared, phones lifted higher. Madeline staggered back like someone had pushed her. Officer Daniels stepped forward. "So, ma'am, you destroyed his vehicle based on a lie you never confirmed and falsely accused a resident of a hit and run." Madeline tried to steady herself. I was protecting my daughter." "You were protecting your pride," Jordan said quietly. Daniels nodded. "That's vandalism, destruction of private property, false accusation, and obstruction." Madeline blinked rapidly, her curls shaking. "You can't arrest me. I'm the HOA president." "And I'm a police officer, and the law doesn't stop at HOA fences." Madeline's breath turned into panicked gasps. "You can't do this to me! I run this neighborhood!" Jordan looked at her, not triumphant, not smug, just tired. Not anymore. As Madeline was escorted into the cruiser, neighbors whispered. About time. She always thought she could bully people. And stomped on that car like it was a trampoline? And lied about a hit and run? Tanner approached Jordan slowly. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I should have told the truth from the start." Jordan nodded once. "You took responsibility. That's more than she ever did." He looked at the mangled hood, dented, ruined, but still standing in the sunlight. His sister's car, her memory, still here. Daniels turned to Jordan. "We'll file full reports. Insurance will have everything. If you need victim support services, let us know." "I'll take it from here," he said softly.